Hi everyone, it's July 11th and it's a Tuesday and I'm Abby and this is Talk to Me Tuesday. I don't really have a lot to talk about today. I did, last week I said I was going to start working on my row by row and I did in fact put together 5 out of the 8 rows that I need for row by row. And as you can see, they're up here. This is the one I just finished this morning and I love it. I had to piece all these and it's like a quilty hill. And then at the bottom you have the fence and the hot air balloons. And that's one of the rows I picked up in Ontario, Canada when I was there last week visiting some friends. And also I finished, let's see where my fingers are. I finished the 4 cornerstones here. And that pattern was from Calico Gals in Syracuse, New York, which is the home of the row by row. The owner created the row by row experience, and on my way out to Buffalo, I said I really want to stop by and see where it all began, because I've been doing this. This is my 4th year of doing row by row. 5th or 6th actually of collecting patterns, but in the past 3 years I've actually finished row by row quilts, and I've been lucky enough to win at 3 shops. And I don't know if you know anything about row by row, but if you put together 8 rows and then take them to the quilt shop where you got the row, then you have a chance of winning 25 fat quarters, and if it's a shop that you visited and you have their row in the quilt, then sometimes they give you a bonus prize. So 2 out of the 3 years I've taken it to one of my favorite quilt shops. It's called Water Wheel in Londonderry, and I love it because they carry a lot of Cape Facets and Tula Pinks and a lot of modern fabrics, which I really love. As you can see, I am still kind of going with the light grays, the whites. I found a light blue for the background there, and we'll see how it comes out. I'm curious, I've already changed my mind several times. I had drawn up a photo or a diagram of the 8 rows I was going to use, and I've already changed that up. The only thing I do know is the one with the arrows at the top is going to be the top, and these 4 I've kept separate, and they're going to be the cornerstones of my quilt. I haven't really worked on anything else last week, of course, with the holiday and stuff. I went out kayaking. The weather was nice, and I went out with a girlfriend. She had just purchased one, and we had a maiden voyage and succeeded in getting in and out without killing ourselves. That's always the big thing. And so this week, I find myself unexpectedly having the house to myself because my husband and my son are heading down to my brother-in-law's in Virginia. Little home repair that's kind of an emergency, so they're going to go help them. And my daughter has to work a couple days, so I'm hoping to get some sewing done. And of course, I don't know if I've told you this whole row by row thing is actually a huge distraction from what I really should be working on. I have 2 baby quilts I should be working on. I have a t-shirt quilt for my nephew, and I have 3 quilts to bind before our September quilt show, and I also have a challenge quilt that needs to be bound and quilted. So this row by row thing should really not be happening at all, but the temptation's there, so I will go with it. I hope you all have a great quilting week, and I will see you next Tuesday. Happy quilting!